보이지 한참을 쳐다봐 가까이 다가가 see you see 1, 2, 3 용기가 생겼지 이미 아는 네 눈치 고개를 돌려 저장해 여기 you see 여기 보이니 Looking for attention 알겠어 확실하게 너를 만들겠어 Ay, drop the question drop the question Want attention want attention You give me butterflies you know 내 맘은 undone paradise
These two sounds are paired together because they take the same mouth position. P is unvoiced, meaning only air passes through the mouth. And B is voiced, B, meaning you make a sound with the vocal cords. B. The lips stay together while the teeth part a little. The tongue position doesn't matter for these consonants, so the tongue can start to get into position for the next sound. For example, if the next sound is the R consonant, the tongue can move back and up for the R, while the lips close for the B. Ring. Let's see the sounds up close and in slow motion. The lips press together and then release. These two sounds are paired together because they take the same mouth position. Is unvoiced, meaning only air passes through the mouth, and is voiced, meaning you make a sound with the vocal cords. To make these sounds, the bottom lip lifts and touches the very bottom of the top front teeth. The top lip lifts a little bit to get out of the way of the bottom lip. You don't want to see your bottom lip disappear. It's actually the inside of the lip, here, that makes contact with the teeth. The tongue should stay relaxed so the air can easily push through, causing the bottom lip to vibrate against the top teeth. Let's look at the sounds up close and in slow motion. The top lip lifts so the bottom lip has room to vibrate against the bottom of the top front teeth. Very. Bottom lip goes to the bottom of the top front teeth. Flavor. The bottom lip goes to the top front teeth for the F and again for the V. Enough. Bottom lip to top front teeth. Is unvoiced, meaning only air passes through the mouth. And is voiced, meaning you make a sound with the vocal cords. The very tip of the tongue comes through the teeth. The air passes around the tongue. The tongue is relaxed. There shouldn't be any pressure in the mouth or a stop quality to this sound. Just nice and easy. These two sounds are paired together because they take the same mouth position. S is unvoiced, meaning only air passes through the mouth. And Z is voiced, meaning you make a sound with the vocal cords. Z. To make the sounds, the lips part and the corners pull back a little while the teeth themselves lightly touch. Z. There are two ways to make these sounds. One, with the tip of the tongue down, lightly touching the back of the bottom front teeth, or by pointing the tip of the tongue up. You may find that the position of the tongue tip depends on the sounds around the S and Z. These two sounds are paired together because they take the same mouth position. Sh is unvoiced, meaning only air passes through the mouth, and zh is voiced, meaning you make a sound with the vocal cords. Zh. To make these sounds, the teeth come together, the corners of the lips come in, and the lips flare. The tongue lifts, so the front middle part of the tongue is very close to the roof of the mouth, but not touching it. The tongue tip points forward, but doesn't touch anything. Let's look at these sounds up close and in slow motion. The lips flare and the teeth come together. In the word shop, the sh is at the beginning of the word. In the word wish, it's at the end. In the word Asia, the zh sound is in the middle. These two sounds are paired together because they take the same mouth position. K is unvoiced, meaning only air passes through the mouth, and g is voiced, meaning you make a sound with the vocal cords. G. These consonants are stop consonants, which means there are two parts to each sound. First, a stop in the airflow, and second, a release. We stop the flow of air here, closing our vocal cords, while the back part of the tongue reaches up to touch the soft palate. I'm going to slow down the K sound in the word back. See if you can hear the stop of air before the release. Back, back. Here you can see the tongue position. The back of the tongue reaches up to touch the soft palate, which is closed. The tip of the tongue can remain forward, lightly touching the back of the bottom front teeth. The jaw drops a little bit, and the lips are open. K, g. The lip position doesn't matter for these sounds, so the lips might start forming the next sound, like in the word great. Here the lips can start taking the position for the R as we make the G. G, g, great. Let's look at these sounds up close and in slow motion. The jaw drops and the back of the tongue lifts to touch the soft palate. Then the tongue releases. This sound is simply made by passing air through a very slightly constricted passage, either between the tongue and the roof of the mouth, or in the throat. This is an unvoiced consonant. Part the lips and press the tongue down in the back just a little. If you don't constrict the air passage at all, there's no sound. If you lift the back of your tongue and constrict too much, you'll feel the vibration of the soft palate bouncing on the tongue. This is too heavy. The lips and jaw don't affect this sound, so your mouth can be in position for the next sound when you're making the H. For example, the word how. How. The lips, jaw, and tongue take the beginning position of the ow as in now diphthong. How. Let's look up close and in slow motion. The sound by itself. The jaw is relaxed and the lips part. The word high. There's nothing to see at the beginning of this word. The H sound happens without changing what the lips do for the I as in by diphthong. The word who. Again, there's nothing to see at the beginning of this word. The H sound happens without changing what the lips do for the next sound. The oo as in boo vowel.
멀리